Just days away from the next solar eclipse.
Fox 8's meteorologist Alex Schneider has a look at what you can expect, as well as a few interesting facts about the impact the eclipse will have on wildlife that you may not know about.
Well, Monday marks the 2024 solar eclipse. And as far as what that means here in the United States and just in general, it means that we've got this moon that's going to be moving right into the in-between of Earth and the sun. So it'll completely block the sun's rays in that path of totality. But as far as where in the United States, who is going to see what? Well, all of us are going to be able to see some kind of partial solar eclipse, but the path of totality is going to go through 15 states from Texas all the way up into Maine. And here in the Triad, we are not going to be in that path of totality, but we are going to see anywhere from 80 to 85% of a partial solar eclipse. So what exactly does that mean? It means that part of the moon is going to be blocking the sun, but it's not going to be entirely in front of the sun. So for us, we're not going to be seeing exactly what would happen in the event of totality. So what is going to happen in the event of totality? I'm going to show you a video from 2017 that I took in South Carolina. You see the sun is out. The moon is trying to slowly make its way in front of the sun, but it has not yet. But notice how the sky is getting just a little bit darker every minute that passes. And then very quickly, we're going to see that sun completely get blocked by the moon, and it looks like dusk. It goes completely dark. And actually in that moment, there's a lot of things that start to happen. So we're going to talk about some of those things that happen when we get to a total eclipse. So in totality, again, that's going to happen in 15 states. All of the United States is going to see a partial eclipse. The sky is going to get close to dusk, which is what we just saw. And when that happens, the birds and the animals, they're actually going to pretty much act like it is actually time for them to go to sleep. So things get very quiet. And something else that happens is the crickets start to chirp. So those noises that you kind of hear when you're going to bed at night, we start to hear those crickets, the cicadas, all of those, maybe even the frogs, they start to make their noises at nighttime. And then also those temperatures drop almost 10 to 15 degrees when the moon is blocking the sun in that path of totality. Some of those states will also be able to see the stars and the planets. Here in the Triad, though, we are not quite going to be able to see all of those cool things, but something that we are going to be able to see is crescent shadows. So we're going to show you a picture of what that looks like and how you can kind of keep an eye out for it. Something you are definitely going to need, those solar eclipse glasses to be able to actually look up at the sun. But they're going to appear like little crescent shadows through the trees instead of just the typical sun casting a shadow, because obviously the moon is blocking it. So if we take a look at what exactly or when exactly these solar eclipses occur, we're going to take a look at how often they occur for us. So the next solar eclipse is not going to be until August 23rd, 2044, and that's actually only going to cover Minnesota and South Dakota. The next time that we'll be able to see a really great total solar eclipse will be 2045 and 2078. Now, solar eclipses, they usually happen at least 2 times a year, but also 70% of Earth is made up of water. So it's all about location. Even though they may occur at least twice a year, doesn't mean everybody's seeing them or doesn't mean people are seeing them. Also, it only crosses, a total solar eclipse only happens in one location every 375 years. So this year, the path of totality goes through Dallas and portions of Austin. Well, they're going to see it. They won't see totality again until 375 years from now. Something we're keeping an eye on is the cloud cover for us heading into Monday. So we'll be keeping track of that all weekend long here on Fox 8.
Hey, and don't forget, we will be live streaming the eclipse on our website, myfox8.com. You can find it under the weather tab.